Bam, going live. Welcome to the stream today. We're going to rock and roll from the courthouse today because we got a lot of friends here that like us. I'm Coach Neighbors. Welcome to the show tonight. I just posted a link to the TRO, the new package that I put together. This link is on sale for the length of time that we're on air on streaming tonight. After we're done streaming, I'm going to go and shut it down. So just want to let you guys know you got a chance to get that done. Now, one of the things we're going to talk about tonight. Welcome to the show. Goose, welcome to the show. So we're just rolling a little bit different tonight. We had some trouble with these email addresses. The email got stolen during the hacking that happened a few months back. So we're still getting things lined out from that. But we're just going to go a few minutes about a couple things today. Now, I want to answer your questions that if you guys have any questions about the lawsuit package that you got. Now, a couple of questions that came up this week, and I'll just kind of yak until, a few more people show up, and then we'll move on to the next order of business. A couple of questions that came in this week. One person had a question as to whether or not they were the plaintiff when you file the counterclaim in state court to blow that program up, and whether or not, how that works. So the easiest way to work that, and I had an attorney hater one time complain that, I'm so back and forth with the defendant, whatever, Well, you know what? We're doing what we need to do. They're the one jacked this shit all up, and we're unjacking it. So when you file, the easiest way to remember whether or not you are the plaintiff or the defendant, the easiest way to remember it is this way. If you're the plaintiff, you paid to have the action filed. If you're the defendant, then you didn't pay to have it filed. So when you file your counterclaim in their case, because remember, the reason why you're doing it, if you understand the reason why you're doing it, and then it'll start making more sense to you. If you're filing the counterclaim in the state case just to blow it up, then you're not going to pay for that, and you're not going to be the plaintiff. You're going to be the person blowing it up. Yeah. So that's the best way to look at that. And we go back and forth because, look at it another way. In my program, you're not going to be the defendant very long. Okay, just long enough to get that counterclaim shoved up in their face. Now, the way we do that counterclaim, when you take that document and change the court heading at the top, and then you add the judge and you add the attorney to it, you're adding the judge to it because the judge signed on to rule on your case without an injured party. You're adding the attorney on it because the attorney is the one that signed the lawsuit against you. The attorney is the one that started all of this mess. And you're going to add the state. The state is the real party trying to steal your stuff, hiding behind these sub-corporations. The state is the one that's paying the judge. The state is the one that's paying the licensed attorneys. The state is the one licensed the property tax collection office. The state is the one licensed, and the state is the one that has control of your property deed. And they committed real estate deed fraud to get control of your property deed. You ain't gonna hear this nowhere else. Okay. Other places, people want you to pay them. I'm giving it to you free. I just want you to click on those ads so YouTube can pay me. That's the way my stuff works. It's a lot better for everybody because now I can help the people that I want to help who have the courage to step up and punch these people back in the face. And so that's what we're doing here. So you guys need to remember, when you're getting your lawsuit package together, and you need to make sure that you're adding the parties that are causing the problem. You add the state because the state is paying the judge and paying all of the other parties. And the judge has a conflict of interest. I mean, we could just go on down. This would be 2 more videos. But that's when you add those parties to the counterclaim and file it in a case. And I would do this even if they said the case was over or the case was closed or whatever. I would do it anyway. Now, remember, if you're about to get evicted, then you want to get your stuff filed in federal court first and do this stuff. But if you got time to do this, it's a lot easier to attack this when you beat their ass down on the state court level. And you do that by watching the updated instructional video that's in the instructional video playlist. That updated instructional video walks you through the steps to do exactly what I'm talking about now. How to smash the state court in the face before you even get your stuff filed in federal court. Now, when you add the state and when you add the judge and when you add the attorney, now what you've just done, when you add them to your counterclaim, what you just done was added them to their own lawsuit. You added all of the parties to their own foreclosure. And once you do that, it's a problem because now they're parties to the case. They can't litigate the case. They're parties. They can't represent themselves. Even the judge is kind of in a pickle. And the judge is in a bigger pickle than most people realize. Because if everybody knew that everything that the judge did already was illegal, then everybody would have been suing the judge. All of the judges' past decisions. Okay, wait, how do I know that? Well, maybe he did something other than foreclosure or she. Yeah, right. You know what? They have your ass in an administrative court. They do not have judicial authority to do shit in the court that they're in, and that is why, in my opinion, you have no constitutional rights. So somebody step up and tell me I'm I get an amen or get the hell out of here, one of the two. But that's why you don't have any constitutional rights until you sue them for their process. And that's what you learn here. And that's the difference between and this is why I don't need to hear all of the stuff. People get mad when I tell them I don't have time to hear all that stuff. It's irrelevant. You're not going to be suing them. You're not going to be responding to what they're suing you for, all of that crap. That's not how we work. So we're going to be responding to the process that they're using to put you in the situation they put you in. You know, it's interesting. Most people don't realize that the very first illegal lien that was filed against their property was the mortgage lien. And the reason it was illegal is because, well, think of it this way. If there were several people who own property, all of the owners would have to be present to sign, right? Yep. So the fact that the alleged lender accepted your signature on the stinking lien shows that you own the property already or somebody else would have had to come and sign it. That's what I stick in the attorney's face when they try to give me a bunch of crap on Facebook or whatever. Because, I'm not that smart. I have to keep it simple. I play football and I box. Those are two things not smart. And not smart people do. So I have to keep it simple. And that's the fact. So here's something to think about. There's no law that says you have to put your lien in their office. So if there's no law that says you have to put your lien in their office, you should be able to formally request to have it delivered to you. The state law says that after the property is transferred over, the deed's supposed to be delivered to the new owner and it's not conveyed or whatever, conveyance, blah, 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 until it's delivered. And it don't get delivered. They do their constructive delivery, registered in their office, and then they make a copy of the deed. By the time they get around to making a copy of it, it's been processed through the Federal Reserve and turned into a security. And when they make a copy of it to send to you to make you think you have some controlling over your property, it's totally counterfeiting. And you're, I did that, yeah. They be knocking on the door. So that's what that is. But here's the thing. Here's the thing to think about. Now, I can't just come right out and say this because then, people will be saying, attorneys will be saying I'm lying or what I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to answer that question. If they did not have your deed registered in their office, could they verify that there was a lien against your property? You're welcome. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not that smart. I'm just asking. If they did not have your deed registered in the office, couldn't you just ask the lender, hey, uh, I have my deed right here in my safe and my Bible hidden in somewhere in the world. I ain't telling y'all where some bitch is at, but I got it hid somewhere. And I don't see I don't see your lien. Okay, I don't see your lien. I think your lien got stuck in their damn office. Ah, yeah. So I bring it to the table every day. Click on those ads so I can get paid. That's how this works. So if your deed was not in their office, could they prove that there was a lien against your property? I don't know. I just like to keep it simple. So here, check this out. So I have eliminated now. Before we move on to the property tax thing, okay, your goal should be to get your damn deed delivered to you. That should be your goal. I don't care if people tell me, oh, I'm in a foreclosure, I'm in a tax lien, I'm in this, I'm in that. I don't care. They're trying to steal your shit. Your goal should be to get your deed out of their office. That's it. That's for starters. And then you want to do some other things like make them clean up your credit report and some other stuff like that. You know, some inadvertent shit that's ruin your life. Yeah, you want to make them clean, but your goal should be to get your deed out of their office. And when they can't respond to the 42 USC, when they can't respond to it, and when you send out your summary judgment, because we don't waste no time with the default shit, just go straight over to summary judgment. That's what we were learning in a Facebook group, how to stop wasting time. We go straight to the summary judgment when they can't respond like they're supposed to. And then that would be a good time to let them know, hey, if you guys remove my information from your computer and deliver my deed to me, then I think we could probably figure out some kind of way to make this work out for, well, for me. Because right now, come on now. Right now, you're going to be figuring out what's working out for you. So that's I got someone calling in. Hang on 1 second. Okay. So, that's one of the things you guys got to keep in mind. You have the power, you just need to learn how to use it. Now, I had a person on YouTube, you guys might saw our exchange, talking about how we should be more concerned about discovery and all of this shit. Like, okay, dude, discovery, are you kidding me? Who's going to put yourself in a position for the judge to rule? Are you kidding? You're suing. You're suing the judge on the state level, and you're probably going to be suing the magistrate court judge on the federal level. One of them you're probably going to be suing too, or at least threatening to sue or filing notice of claim on, because until you get their respect and make them respect your ass in court, they're just going to keep screwing with you until you go sit down. So that's pretty much how that works. Yeah, I'm still waiting for someone to bringing it to the table. Thank you guys for showing up today. It's kind of cool. Now, the one Facebook page I'm going to be using to post stuff in and answer people's comments in, it's a lot easier for me to answer them in the page because other people get to see the comment. I'm getting to the point where I have too many individual things to answer that everybody's asking me, and that's the same thing. So instead of me clicking everybody in together, it's going to be a lot easier and more private if you just ask the question in the Facebook group. the Facebook page for the online course. I'm about to change that here in a few minutes to make it a study group. I'm not sure what we're going to call it. But that'll be the best place to go and answer questions. I don't take questions on the phone for the lawsuit packages. When I first started doing them and I had them priced at $1,700, I could take everybody's calls because nobody calls me. Okay, sorry. I'm kind of embarrassed to say that, but it is what it is. So, and it ain't there now. So, okay, let's get finished up. There's some people making racket in there. I don't. So I don't know what your question is here, Joseph. What about? What about? I don't know. I don't know what your question is. So I don't know what your question is. So the questions I'm going to answer are the questions that you can ask me that's connected to my stuff. When you say what about, I have no idea what you're talking about or what about, and I don't really get into personal things. I mean, it has to do with the program. Well, if you're in a non-judicial, then you don't have a judge on the state side, and that's why you get your lawsuit filed in federal court. That's what the instructions tell you to do, to get your lawsuit filed in federal court. If you don't have a state court case against you, then why would you worry about anything on the state court level? You need to get your lawsuit filed in federal court. At the end of the day, that lawsuit being filed in federal court is the most important shit anyway, because without that, you got crap for the program. Now, jamming the counterclaim in their face, if you have time to do that or whatever, is great because it gives them a beat down before you move over here. And when you move over here, after you beat them down, then they don't want to get their foot in that pile of beat down poop. That's how that works. So if you follow the program, you'll put yourself in the best situation. I don't have, and things change on the program. I have people contacting me asking for the $75 eviction stopper. No, if you don't see it on the website, then it's not available. And that was a weekend thing. Now, also, I want to tell you guys that the TRO for blocking the state courts funding from the federal court because they're violating your due process, and when your Fifth Amendment gets violated, also you can do this. That TRO is on sale right now, and it's going to be on sale until the stream is over. And then when the stream is over, I'm going to go to my website and move it back up to $5 million because that's where it should be. I need to have more people that have been following my program use it so I can see how they're going to try. And think about this. If you don't have enough money to get, if they have a case against you and you don't have enough money to get a package, then this would be perfect to get and file this restraining order in their case. I don't check to see if you can do that because I do it and then make them prove that I can. So now I'm suing them for telling me that that I can't do it. All right, see how that works. Now, I had people laugh at the TRO, whatever, but you need to keep in mind that those people are looking at it from the conventional perspective, and this is a non-conventional tool that you're going to be using, and you're going to be using this tool to block the entire state funding, which is the money going to the court too, because they're violating your rights. And you can file this in someone else's case that's against you. You can file it in. I like filing in my own case, but if you can't afford a package and that's all you can afford, then I would get that and stick it right in their face. That's what I would do. Oh no, Nikki, you haven't watched the video, so I'm gonna make you go run. I know you haven't watched the video because we talked about this earlier. Okay, no, that is the lawsuit. You're turning the lawsuit into the counterclaim just by changing the words in the title of the document. You change the court heading at the top to reflect state court. You add some parties to it, and then you change the title. Instead of lawsuit, it's counterclaim. That's it. And then you file. People get caught up on this. People get caught up on the fact that, oh, wait, it's federal. You can't file federal and state. Like hell, you can't. You can file federal and state. There's no difference between doing that than there is filing Supreme Court case law in any of the lower cases, any of the lower courts. Now, you can't do state and federal. Nikki, we talked about you can't do state and federal. So if they're going to move their state case over to federal, I'm thinking I'd just be moving to dismiss that shit because federal court can't rule on state court stuff. Okay, my grandkids tell me I look creepy when I do that. Do I look? Okay, sorry. But that's how now. I wouldn't worry if they wanted to move it to state court. I am not sure why I would be very worried about that because I'm moving it there anyway. So I'm moving it to federal court. I'm not worried. I don't understand why state court would care or want to move it. I'm thinking the only reason that anybody that those leeches would want to do that is because they think they could get control. So maybe, I don't know, and this is what I learned from Frances. She's the one that's has her property tax package, and she actually did all of the steps, and she got the lawsuit filed, and they are requested or demanded for mediation, straight to mediation, which I haven't really spent a lot of time on mediation, especially on the property tax. I mean, I don't know what the hell there is to be mediated, is what we talked about when we had our conversation. So I didn't know what there is to be mediated, but sometimes they use mediation as a replacement word for settlement. So, it could be, at any rate, you never want to ignore anything because if you ignore them, then they're going to say, that you just gave up or sat down or whatever. So you always want to object, even if you go through with it. You want to object anytime that anybody rules or says or or does anything. You want to start out objecting because you know that they're going to they're trying to screw you. So that's you start out objecting, put yourself in it, and then you demand your 14 days to respond to the court's decision to do whatever, and just kind of go that route. But I haven't looked into it. I'm thinking just from what I know that this mediation. See, there's like several sets of rules. Now, two common set of rules in court. There's the local rules that they try to make you follow. And those rules are not connected to the Constitution or the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure or anything. They're only connected to their rules. And in my opinion, the local rules are structured to help speed up the process through the court. So that's what the local rules are for. And so, you already know anytime the process is getting sped up, so somebody's getting the shaft. There, I'll put it that way so people over here in the peanut gallery is not complaining. Somebody's getting the shaft if the rules are sped up. So you need to make sure that if they're trying to make you follow those rules, that you address it and get it on the record. Because once you address it and get it on the record, what this is going to boil down to, is you challenging the judge's ass to get the hell out of your face. That's what it's going to boil down to. I've got several playlists on messing with the judge and stuff. So, and that's what it's going to boil down to. The judge is going to have to help them. In many cases, the judge is answering for them. And they even have hearings, and the judge does all of the talking for them, which would be a total objection for me. And the case would be over then because I would be focused on the judge. And when you file your TRO and they and the federal judge don't do anything, and then the federal judge is violating so now that claim that you bought, you can use it against the federal judge because they're allowing the state to get money when the state don't deserve it, and they're breaking the Constitution. And back them up in a nice little corner because we can't win, okay? People who call me and ask them we can win, whatever, there's no winning, okay? And that ain't what we're here for. We're here to help you stay in the ring until they want to go sit the hell down, because that's really the only option that I see. Thank you, Nikki. You guys, please hit the like button. Hit the like button, and don't forget to share my stuff. It makes all the difference in the world. I'm monetized now. There's ads on my channel. If you guys click on those ads, I'll make money. When I started making money from the ads, then my stuff's going to be even cheaper. So, yeah, that's what I said, even cheaper. Something's going to be even cheaper. Maybe not as cheap as that TRO that's on special right now. Okay, and I put a link for it at the beginning of the show. And there's another link for it right there. Yeah, that's some of my most creative work. Some of this stuff I save in my own packet. I have a packet in case they come and haul me off again like they did 4 or 5 times. I wasn't ready with my packet then. It took me too long. But I got my packet now. So all I need to have them send me my packet. If they want to bother me. But I don't see them bothering me right now. So yeah, that's a nice tool. And it's brand new. And yeah, I think of this stuff in my sleep. Yeah, I've had a lot of time to sit around and think about stuff. Boy, but I tell you what, they taught me where the path is. And the people and Facebook pages and all the people that are reporting in real-time feedback with me are making me look like a rock star while they still in the houses. So, rock star is still in the house. It's working. So, cool. So, you guys hit the like button. Hit the like button. Share my stuff. That lets YouTube know that I'm bringing value to the table, because all that stuff gets counted. Each video, how many likes and how many shares and all of that stuff. And I get a lot of comments, but sometimes people don't take the time to hit that like button or to hit that bell. Through the door. Well, I'll tell you what, in this program, maybe people always ask me, my guarantee is that you'll have an opportunity to fight. I guarantee that. Now, how it ends, I don't know. I'm not an attorney, and their procedures and stuff is what they really try to crash you with if you let yourself get in that situation. But what I know is that I got great reviews and heartfelt reviews, and people are still in the house fighting, and that's what we're here for. So, um, the TRO is on. It's going to be on sale. Actually, I'm going to leave it on sale till tomorrow. So, but tomorrow's going to be on sale. So don't on the 23rd, it's not going to be on sale anymore. So that's 10/23/2020 2022. So everybody can get that. So people won't be messaging me later because it's not going to be on sale again. I'd like to have 5 or 10 people using it at the same time, so that I can make the final changes to it if I need to make any changes to it, and then move it back up to like $2 million. I'm just keeping it real. Yeah, well, they're not trying to catch up with me. I think they're trying to interfere by messing with my stuff. So, and I get people calling me. One lady said the helicopter is flying over her house. So I don't have a helicopter yet, but yeah, I'm having some trouble with my internet stuff, and my account got hacked back in July, and I'm still kind of Then they shut me down again here last week because they was checking to make sure it was me. So apparently somebody's still knocking on the door. Yeah, but I still got my stuff. So, and we're here with messing up a few things, slowing us down, but I'm always telling you guys, you gotta be willing to do whatever it takes. So I wouldn't be worth the shit as a coach if I wasn't willing to do whatever it takes. Bring it. They know where I'm at. So I ain't hiding most of the time. Well, I might be today. Yeah, but they know where I'm at. They know where I'm at. And, I'm going to tell you this. When they smell fear, they can smell the fear a mile or 2 miles, maybe 5 miles away. And when they smell the fear, you might as well just go throw your shit out in the yard, because they're just going to be a pain. Yep, I'm just saying. So you talking state judge or a federal? Because the state judge shouldn't have no say in anything if the state judge has been added to the counterclaim. I'm just saying, it'll be a little hot in the kitchen. Now, you guys need to also keep in mind that the things that are most important are the newest stuff, updated stuff. The updated stuff, like the updated instructional video or any updated videos that have on. If it says updated, it means that we had some changes that we done based off the real-time feedback from people calling in. So you might want to make sure that you check out those updated videos. And I'm going to run my website there, winincourtnow.com. Get the fire you need to make it happen. So there's a link to our website. Okay, Joseph, if you're going to ask me a question, you probably got to put it like one question in one posting and make it short, because I don't remember all of the things that we posted about on here, so I have no idea what your meaning is here. So if you're going to ask me a question, you got to, ask one question and a thing or something, because I don't know what we talked about before. I'm doing good just to keep up with what I've got going. So let me check and see to make sure that I didn't have anything else on my notes that we wanted to cover today. Oh, yeah. So we wanted to make sure we covered their request for mediation. my suggestion, what I suggested with Frances, my question was, what does she know about mediation? So, and I'm not being facetious or silly, but here's the thing: you're acting as your own attorney. So when you need to understand, you need to research. Okay, well, what is this? Where did it come from? What rules are they using? Am I subject to following this? Is it part of the Federal Rules Civil Procedure or connected to legislation or the Constitution? Is it a statute that doesn't have a valid law? Doesn't have an enacting clause or a title or a body? Yeah, you need to research and understand that. And then if you have any questions for me, it's a lot easier for me. Hey, this is what I'm blah, and I've done my research, and this is where we said. And most of the times when you get done with the research, there's no need to contact me. But if you have questions after that, then you can send me a message or ask a question in the Facebook page because I'm getting pretty busy. I don't have time to check all the messages. Ask a question in the study page, and when I'll get back to you or whatever, you can tag me in it. So that's going to be the best way to do that. I want to thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. Leave me a comment and let me know how if you found value in today's session, live stream, because I'm bringing it to the table. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Well, in the next video. I'll have a video posted on Tuesday.